Hey guys, how are you? So this is me, Samesar Jain. Well, recently when I went to the mall, I had gone to this movie called Megan 2.0. Okay, Megan 2.0. And in fact, if you guys remember, 2 years back, not 2 years, I think 2.5 years back, initially when I came to Mumbai, I had seen the first part of the movie Megan, Megan, Megan. So basically, Megan, this girl Megan, she's actually someone like an AI robot. She's someone like an AI robo, and she was designed for the purpose of keeping keeping this little girl, you know, to keep this little girl safe, and also to give her company, and and also even like even to assist in the house, someone like a domestic worker. So this AI robo, whose name is Megan. So she was designed to see, all this is in the movie. So she was designed for the purpose of helping people with their households, along with providing security for them. But uh, but at a certain point of time, it so happens that because her system goes out of control, and she starts taking decisions for herself, and then finally that in the end, uh, I mean the people decide to completely dismantle her dismantle this AI robo, which is Megan. Because that once she started taking decisions for herself, she started to, though she was being very protective about this little girl, but then she used to kill a lot of other people, like for various reasons, like maybe, and also the reason why she killed a lot of people was, because she just wanted to show the world that even the AI robos can take, even the AI robos can take their own decisions. This is the reason. And then finally, in the end of the movie, they happen to dismantle this AI robo, and finally, they decided that not to not to redesign her again. So basically, this was just this was what I gave you, just a summary of the first part of Megan. Okay, the first part, the part one of the movie Megan. And recently, here when I went to the mall, when I went to this IMAX theaters, I saw, this year, okay, just like a couple of days back, when I went to Phoenix Mall, there, in the IMAX theaters, sorry, not Phoenix Mall, In Orbit Mall, yeah, I beg your pardon, not Phoenix Mall, In Orbit Mall, In Orbit Mall in Malad. So there when I went to this movie theater, I watched this movie called Megan 2.0, which is none other than the second part of the movie Megan. So, I just want to give you all my review about the movie. Overall, the movie was pretty good, and out of 100, I will give it. See, this is completely my opinion. Out of 100, I will give it. No, I will rank the movie 85. Okay, I will give this movie 85 percentage out of 100. Okay, 85% out of 100 according to me. Okay, so overall speaking, this movie was quite good, very educative. It also had got a lot of, what do you say, uh, we got to learn a lot of morals, ethics, and even like the importance of evolving ourselves, etc. So in this movie Megan 2, what happens is that, okay, initially they will show that, some of the American, what do you say, these American scientists, they will have actually designed another AI robo called Amelia. Okay, yeah, oh yeah, and one more thing, by the way, uh, this little actress who played the role of Megan, her real name is Amy Donald. Okay, her real name is Amy Donald. Okay, so first of all, uh, first of all, I want to say, a big thank you, and a big congratulations to Amy Donald for playing this character. okay, you played the character so well, I mean completely realistic. I mean, though, okay, I mean, like, though you had to wear the mask of an AI robo, but still, like, though you were a real human being, you literally played the role of an AI robo so realistically and so amazingly. And trust me, me and a lot of people definitely enjoyed it. Okay, so first of all, congratulations to you. And then in this movie, they along with Megan, there was another AI robo whose name was Amelia, as I was telling you, Amelia. Okay, and this AI robo, whose name is Amelia, her real name is Ivana Sakhno. Okay, Ivana Sakhno. She's basically she's a Ukrainian actress. She This actress, whose name is Ivana, who played the role of Amelia, the AI robo. Her real name is Ivana Sakhno, and she's basically a Ukrainian actress, and and she had taken part in this Hollywood movie of Megan 2.0, which is the second part of Megan. Okay, now coming back coming back to the movie. In this movie Megan 2.0, basically what happens is that this time some American scientists, they will have actually designed this AI robo called Amelia, and their motive, their intention behind creating this AI robo whose name is Amelia was to help some of the American scientists who had been captured by the soldiers of Saudi Arabia in Saudi. I mean, see, all this is in the movie. I'm telling you according to the movie. Okay, in the movie, these American scientists, their plan was, when they designed this AI robo called Amelia, their intention was that they wanted to use this AI robo to rescue their scientists, and to rescue their American scientists, and also some of their American people who had been captured by the soldiers of Saudi Arabia in Saudi. So initially in the starting itself, just right when the movie begins, they show that this AI robo whose name is Amelia in the movie. Okay, whose name is Amelia, this AI robo. Initially, okay, she will follow the instructions of these, she will follow the instructions of these American people and the American intelligence there in the US, and then according to their instructions, she alone, she will go and fight. She alone goes and physically fights all the soldiers of Saudi Arabia in that area where they had captured some of these American scientists. And after she physically defeats these Saudi soldiers in a fight, in a fight and in a battle, then finally this AI robo whose name is Amelia, she actually goes and finds one of these American scientists who had been captured by these Saudi soldiers. And then these American people happen to become very happy, they happen to be completely proud that, wow, finally this AI robo managed to save their scientist. But things take a big turn. What happens is that even this AI robo whose name is Amelia, even she finally takes, some issue goes on, something wrong happens within her system, and even this AI robo whose name is Amelia, even she starts to take decisions on her own, and she was given the mission to save this American scientist, and to bring back this American scientist back to America from Saudi Arabia safely. This was her mission, given to her by the American scientists and by the American intelligence in the US. But then what happens is that, as I told you, something goes wrong in her system, and even she starts to take decisions for herself, and finally, instead of saving the American scientist, she even kills those American scientists in Saudi Arabia. Of course, initially she even physically fights off all the Saudi soldiers, and she completely defeats them, kills them all. But then, but then, while she was supposed to go and save this American scientist, she actually goes and kills this American scientist, because she starts to take decision for herself. And then here things took a big turn. So just like how I told you about Megan in the in the part one of Megan, just like how Megan started taking decisions into her, by herself and for herself. The same thing happened with this AI robot called Amelia. And then from there, once she came back to the US, okay, from Saudi she comes back to the US, and still she's kind of, I mean, not kind of, in fact still she's pretty much out of control. She happens to be, she happens to keep taking decisions for herself, just like, killing anyone she feels like killing, and just like, just doing whatever her programming is telling her to do. And finally, even the people, they lost complete control over her. And now here in this movie, because the people, they themselves, they didn't have the solution for this problem. So what happened was that, I mean, see, if I give you each and every detail of the movie, then there will be no fun in watching this movie for you. So all of you who have not yet watched this movie, okay, I'm sure right now it is going on in the theaters. Please go and watch this movie, Megan 2.0. Okay, but then, okay, I'll just give you the overall summary. Okay. So now, once, as I told you that, now because now these people, they had completely lost control of Amelia, and they didn't have any other practical solution to solve their problem. So what happens is that, after a lot of inspection, after a lot of introspection, after a lot of discussions, and like arguments, proper discussions and arguments, finally what they decide to do, they decide to bring Megan back. Like I told you in part 1, just like how, in part 1, I mean, end of the part 1 of the movie Megan, this AI robot Megan, she was dismantled, and finally, she was dismantled and kept away, because she started taking decisions into her own hands. And now, even when this, and now in this second part of the movie, which is Megan 2.0, when this AI robot called Amelia, she starts to take decision for herself. So after a lot of deep inspection, introspection, discussions and arguments, finally what they do is, they decide to bring back Megan. I mean, see, Megan was the robot who was finally dismantled in the end of the movie Megan part 1. Okay, so now they decide to bring back Megan, so that they can take Megan's help to go and fight this robot, which is Amelia. And that is what they do. Finally they bring back Megan, and this time Megan, not only she was the same size as in part 1, in this movie, which is Megan 2.0, the part 2 of the movie Megan, they actually, during the movie itself, after they redesign this AI robot Megan says that, in order to fight this AI robot, she has to be a little bit more taller. So finally in this movie, yes, as I told you, after a long discussion, and after a lot of arguments and inspection, introspection, they finally managed to redesign Megan, but with a more, they even, they made her height little bit more taller as compared to the first part of Megan. And now after Megan was finally redesigned, they actually send this AI robot called Megan to go and find this AI robot Amelia, and to fight with her, and to finally, to put an end to this AI robot Amelia, because she had gone out of control. So luckily in this movie, unlike in the part 1 of Megan, in this movie, which is Megan 2.0, this AI robot Megan, after she was redesigned, fortunately, she does not go out of control. She happens to be in the control of the people. and finally, she decides to help the people to find and take down Amelia, which is the other AI robo, which has gone out of control. And so finally, even Megan, she goes to one of the events over there. She goes in a disguise with you know taking different forms, wearing different clothes, wearing special, like some special sunglasses, etc., doing a lot of dance moves, etc. you know so basically, she Megan takes all the necessary measures to go and find this AI robo Amelia. And then, even during the movie, they'll be like trying to find out, okay, that who could be the next person, this AI robo Amelia, who is trying to kill, who could be the next person. And then they happen to discover that, okay, she is going to be after another scientist in the US. But then before Amelia reaches, even before the AI robo Amelia reaches this another scientist, this AI robot Megan and her team, they go and manage to give protection to that scientist. And once they give protection to that scientist, you know here's a big twist. Once they give protection to that scientist, actually that scientist was the one who turns out to be controlling Amelia, what do you say, who was playing the negative part of the AI robo. Okay, this scientist who they chose to protect, and this scientist whom Megan had given protection, this scientist himself, he actually tried to cause some harm. He actually tried to cause some harm to the people who redesigned Megan. And in fact, he was the one who was actually in the the main control of Amelia the bad AI robot, the bad AI robo. So after Megan gives this scientist protection, this scientist happened to suddenly call in Amelia, who is the negative AI robo. And and once Amelia comes, she and Megan, they happen to have a long fight. And also in this movie, unlike in the part 1, Megan, this AI robo Megan and this negative AI robo, who is Amelia, they both happen to fight each other. Their fight was one of the best scenes ever. Megan, she tried to use some of the fighting styles, just like Bruce Lee. She was doing like ha ha, a lot of moves, a lot of the fighting moves which Megan used in this movie. It was the fighting style of Bruce Lee. So using a lot of Bruce Lee styles, Jackie Chan styles, this AI robo Megan, she tried to fight this robo Amelia. So, and in the end, what happens is that this negative AI robo, whose name is Amelia, as I told you, initially people had thought that she had come. Initially people had thought that she had gone out of control. But the thing is that she was being controlled by this scientist. And in the end, what happens is that Amelia, this AI robot Amelia, she actually completely goes out of control. And this AI robo, she herself actually ends up killing this scientist who had designed her. So actually in this movie, the scientist was the main antagonist. Okay, the scientist was the main villain. But then this negative AI, whose name is Amelia, this bad AI robo Amelia, finally by the end of the movie, she happens to herself kill this scientist who had designed her. So even by this movie, what they showed us is, if you do bad things, or let's say if you design something with a bad intention, even your situation will end up badly. So in this movie, what they try to portray is that this is how karma works. if you do something with a bad intention, that bad thing will happen to you as well. This is called, what do you say, the law of karma. As you sow, so shall you reap. This scientist designed this negative AI robo whose name is Amelia, so that he could control other people, and so that he could kill anyone he wants to. But then by the end of the movie, this AI robo, Amelia, she herself killed this bad scientist who had designed her. And then finally in the end, after a lot of struggle, after a lot of fights, after a lot of very action, after a lot of action, after a lot of super fights, super action, lot of battle, kind of physical wars, etc. Finally, Megan and her team manages to defeat this negative AI who is Amelia, and finally put an end to Amelia. And then once this negative AI whose name is Amelia, once this negative AI robo was finally terminated, and finally what do you say, completely, she was dismantled and terminated terminated permanently. After that, finally Megan happens to remain with their family members permanently by being an AI robot. So now, before completing this video, I just want to say that the moral of this movie, Megan 2.0, okay, the moral of this movie is that, see, we can make a lot of new things, we can invent a lot of new things, we can develop new technologies, we can invent a lot of new things, but our intentions has to be good behind that. And one more thing, see, there is no such thing as this invention is bad, or this invention is good. There is no such thing as innovation is good or bad. Whatever we do, whatever we make, whatever we create, whatever we manufacture, and whatever we invent should have a good purpose behind it. Should always have a positive purpose, which will serve and do good for the entire mankind and for the world. Which we need to invent those things, or whatever we invent, there has to be a very good and a positive intention behind these inventions. And one more thing, just like how in these days a lot of people say that, okay, these days, because science and technology has become so advanced, there are a lot of disadvantages, and some people even say that these technologies are very bad, etc. But this is not the case. See, whether it is mobile phones, or whatever it is, whatever scientific inventions people have made, whatever new technologies are coming up, whatever new technologies have come up, and whatever new technologies will be coming up, whatever new technologies will be coming up many decades later, all those new technologies, all those new, devices, all those new inventions, it is our responsibility, it is the responsibility of us human beings to make sure that we use these technologies for good purpose. It is the responsibility of us human beings that we need to use science and technology for the benefit of this planet, and for the benefit of all, and for the benefit of the entire mankind, and not for the sake of controlling others, or for spying on others, not for the sake of any, we should not have any bad or negative intentions behind the inventions we make, behind the innovations and behind the inventions which we do in our lives. So one more thing it shows us is that, see, just like how time flows by, and things change, just like how evolution is a fact, just like how all the seasons will change as per time, just like how culture, tradition, a lot of things change and evolve with time. Similarly, whenever we need, whenever we make or innovate a new technology, whenever we invent a new scientific technology, we need to make sure that that technology can also evolve with time. We need to make sure that even that technology has the capacity to evolve itself with time, and do good for the all of mankind in all times, even in future. Whenever there is what do you say, change of trends, change of culture, change of lifestyle, or let's say, like, completely, what do you say, a complete change of times in the future, even then all these technologies should be produced, should be manufactured and invented in such a way that all these technologies will only do good things for human beings. Okay, we need to make sure that all these technologies also have the capacity to evolve itself with time, and most importantly, these scientific technologies should have the capacity to evolve with time, and they should have the capacity to only do good things, and they should have the capacity to only be beneficial for mankind, and there should not be any negative effects of these technologies. This is what we human beings have to make sure whenever we make a new invention. So basically, this was the message which this movie gave out to us. This movie, which is Megan 2.0, this movie gave out this wonderful message that it's not only humans, but even whenever we make an invention, we need to make sure that all our inventions, innovations, and all the creations of human beings have to be made and built in a certain way, where has to be created and built in such a way that even all these latest technologies, inventions can also evolve with time, and can do benefit for the entire mankind, even as per different times. So this was the main message of this movie Megan 2.0. So this message is wonderful, amazing, very very educative. And yeah, one more thing guys, this movie Megan 2.0, it's not only for entertainment. Yes, it is very entertaining, and also it is very educative. So some people might say that, okay, this movie was like, okay, though there was lot of action, though there were lot of fights, though there were like, lot of lot of scientific technologies used, etc. Some people might say that, all those personal discussions and all were like, quite boring, etc. But trust me, you need to listen to their conversations. And this movie Megan 2.0, not only is it just for entertainment, but I found it to be very educative as well. As I told you, the message which I got from this movie was that we need to make sure that whenever we invent a new technology, we need to make sure that latest technology will also evolve with time, and only do good for humanity, and will only do good for humanity and for the entire mankind. This is the message what I got from this movie. So overall, I will tell you, as I told you, this movie was quite good. Okay, I'm not saying that it is wow, excellent, fantastic, but as I told you, I'm giving it 85% out of 100. That good this movie was. So once again, okay, I just complete this video here. So before I complete this video, I just wanted to say Amie Donald and Ivana, okay, Ivana Sakhno and Amie Donald. Amie Donald, who played the character of the AI robo Megan, and Ivana Sakhno, who played the character, or who played the role of this negative AI robo Amelia. To both of you, I will say fantastic acting, very realistic acting, natural acting, and I want to congratulate both of you. I want to congratulate both of you for being part of such a nice movie, and I really enjoyed watching Megan 2.0. Okay, so that's it, guys. So this was my movie review about Megan 2.0, and I really request all of you also as well to please go and watch this movie. Okay, so once again, so Amelia Donald and Ivana Sakhno, from my end, a big salute to you. Okay, fantastic work, great acting skills. You acted so naturally, amazingly. So please keep it up, and I wish you all the best for your bright future in the film industry. And also, in the future, even one day, I really hope me and you can work together, since I'm also now coming into acting and everything. So I really hope that one day in future, I can work with all these actors and actresses in Hollywood as well. So that's it, guys. So all of you, please go and watch Megan 2.0. Thank you very much. I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Until then, take care and good night.